Why do we love villains? What is it about them that captures our attention more than the heroes? We all admire the righteous, noble, and brave protagonists, yet when a well-crafted villain steps into the scene, something changes. The energy shifts. Our curiosity is piqued. Suddenly we're fascinated. But why? Today we're diving into the psychology behind our attraction to villains, their charisma, their depth, and the dark reflection they hold up to society and to ourselves. The allure of the anti-hero and the villain. Think about it. Who gets the best lines in a movie? Who has the most commanding presence? Who seems to have the most fun? More often than not, it's the villain. Unlike heroes who often follow a predictable moral compass, villains break the rules, do the unexpected, and challenge the status quo. This makes them unpredictable and therefore more intriguing. A well-written villain is not just a one-dimensional evildoer. They have depth, motivations, and sometimes even tragic backstories that make them more relatable. Take Thanos from Marvel's Avengers. He doesn't see himself as a villain. He genuinely believes he's saving the universe from overpopulation. His logic is extreme, but it's also rooted in real-world concerns. That makes him compelling. There's a part of us that identifies with villains, and this is where psychology comes in. According to Carl Jung's theory of the shadow self, every person has a hidden, darker side. Repressed desires, anger, ambition, and emotions we suppress because they don't align with our moral values. Villains embody this shadow side. Take Walter White from Breaking Bad. He starts as a humble chemistry teacher but slowly becomes ruthless. And yet, we understand him. Why? Because deep down many people fantasize about breaking free from their mundane lives and taking control. He does what most of us wouldn't dare to do. Another reason we're drawn to villains is charisma. Many of the most memorable villains are highly intelligent, eloquent, and confident. They don't just act, they command attention. The Joker, Hannibal Lecter, and even Scar from The Lion King, these villains have a level of charm that captivates us. Psychology suggests that confidence is attractive even when it comes from someone dangerous. In social psychology, the Dark Triad personality traits, narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy, have been linked to strong leadership and social dominance. Some of the most powerful figures in history and fiction exhibit these traits. This is why many people are magnetized by their presence, even if they don't consciously approve of their actions. The villain's perspective, a new way of seeing the world. Another major factor is that villains challenge the mainstream perspective. Heroes often reinforce the status quo, but villains question it. They ask the hard questions. What if the world really is unfair? What if the system is broken? What if power is the only way to create change? For example, Killmonger in Black Panther raises valid points about oppression and injustice, even though his methods are extreme. Many people find themselves agreeing with his ideology even if they can't support his actions. This creates an emotional conflict within the audience, one that makes the story more engaging. The thrill of forbidden darkness. Let's be honest, there's a thrill in watching a villain. They represent freedom from moral constraints, a kind of liberation most people never experience. In everyday life, we're bound by rules, social norms, and consequences. Villains ignore all of that. They are unapologetic, uninhibited, and fearless. This is why audiences often enjoy crime stories, mafia dramas, and anti-heroes like Tony Montana in Scarface, or Tommy Shelby in Peaky Blinders. These characters embrace their darkness and rise to power, and even though we know they're making terrible choices, we can't look away. Scene 2, Making Heroes Shine. Villains make the hero's journey meaningful. Finally, one of the biggest reasons villains are so captivating is that they make heroes shine. A great story needs conflict, and a great villain forces the hero to grow. Without Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker's journey wouldn't be as compelling. Without Voldemort, Harry Potter wouldn't be as heroic. Without the Joker, Batman's mission would lose its meaning. The best villains are not just obstacles, they are philosophical counterpoints to the hero. They challenge the protagonist's morals, beliefs, and growth. This makes the entire story more thought-provoking. So, why are we drawn to villains? Because they are complex, charismatic, and challenge our perspectives. They represent the dark side of human nature that we often suppress, and through them, we explore power, freedom, and the blurred line between good and evil. They force us to ask difficult questions about morality, justice, and human nature. But here's the real question. Does liking villains mean we relate to them, or do they simply reflect the untamed parts of ourselves? Who is your favorite villain and why? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more mind-expanding content. See you next time.